I'm putting together a project for 5 black actresses in Hollywood. Lights, dun, 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 action, Hollywood. Yes, Hollywood Divas, y'all. Do the right thing was the title of this episode. So basically, the episode began where it left off last week. Elise joining the girls on the trip, on the Tom Joyner boat trip, and she comes walking in all her glory and all the Elise glory. And she's like, "Hey y'all, what's up? What's going on?" I was like, "This bitch." So they have a little kiki moment. They update her on what's been going on, and basically just pretty much get straight to it. Golden's ass, Bronze. She's like, well, hey, did you meet behind somebody's back to try to get us kicked off the White Sisters project or whatever? She was like, "No, that's a little bit true, but not a lot." Pretty much. So they get into the whole thing, and Lisa and Elise had got into it at Countess Party or whatever the first episode, and it was just like, like, what's going on? I didn't feel like I disrespected you or anything, and Elise is pretty much just like, look, every conversation that's been had, Paula knows about. Everybody goes through Paula with everything. So you really need to be talking to Paula. And Elise was like, I had a conversation with some investors because of me, not because of anybody else. I didn't discuss the whole White Sisters project. Now Paula told them something differently the other day. And so Paula was like, well, you know what? Now that I think about it, um, it could have definitely been the investor that maybe have said something that needed more money or whatever, and and all that. And Golden was like, "What the hell is going on? No, no, let me talk. What the hell is going on? Like, you know, so many people are saying different things. Like, who in the hell is really telling the truth? You don't know." Paula says that Elise is a master strategist, and I truly believe that. Um, you know, she's something else. She is. She's a smart diva. She is, and she's a shady little sneaky little thing with blonde hair. She is indeed. Um, but Paula out of nowhere starts to cry, and she was just like, "I can't make you love me, Elise." It just got real Lifetime movie of the week all of a sudden. It was like, what the hell is wrong with you, Paula? Paula, she didn't have her shot that day or something. And it was just like, I can't make you love me and this and league. I'm tired of people making me look like a liar and this and that. It was just weird. And Paula was just like, how can you work with somebody who you don't trust? Easy. It's just called being professional. Like Golden said, you got to swallow your feelings and do what the hell you got to do sometimes. At my job, I don't like most of them, but I have no choice but to work with them. But when I'm off or when I leave the place, then that's it. I'm not calling them whatever because I don't like them. I'm about to make a video on my life and just everything's been going on. It's just moments. But yeah, so they hug it out. It was just like, it was really weird. Um, the girls meet up a little later on, and it was just like, you know what? You and Paula and Elise's relationship is, like Golden said, it's like constipated. Paula was like, well, you know what, Golden, if it's constipated, I just took a shit on the whole world because I feel good. Woo, yeah. Y'all know Paula shoot up. Come on. Allegedly. We all turned. Child, let's get over the Countess, child. I have no idea why Countess didn't go on this trip with the girls, but it was just really funny. Seeing what she's doing while the girls on the trip. Countess, she's eating chicken and she putting the little girl to sleep, and she comes back in with her titties all pushed up in this tight, 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 tight dress, and she's just like, "Hey, Mister Dickey, we got look." Oh Lord. Me and my man, we be playing Deacon, and I'm the first lady. And I'll be like, "Hey, Mr. Deacon, put that money in that collection plate." So they role playing, and Countess put her big ass titties in that man's face. She sat on top of him. God bless them. They sitting and talking, and was like, you know, I know you're doing all this, and I know you don't want me to have the surgery. And County was like, wait a minute, the baby might wake up. Let's just hurry up. You got to give me some pleasure. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. Um. So let's get back to the trip. Golden goes over to talk to Elise. She still needs some kind of answers from Elise. Elise was like, "Bitch, I ain't got no answers for you. Like I told you, I didn't do it. Believe it. You are my best bitch here. You are my best friend here out of all the girls. Like, why don't you believe me? But I'm not finna sit up and cry about it. If you don't believe me, you don't believe me, and that's just what it is." Golden was like, "If somebody's trying to pull a wool over my eyes, they might not want to do that because I'm Golden, and you don't want me." So Golden and Lisa, they have a little pool moment, and they sitting around in the pool talking. And Elise and Shar, excuse me, Elise and Shar, they go over and talk. Lisa, you know, I saw on Twitter they awarded Shar as the most dramatic out of all the girls. She's the most dramatic, but she's just as sneaky and underhanded because that went right the way she did Lisa, in my opinion. That's what Golden is talking to Lisa about. She was just like, you know what, Lisa, that shit wasn't right as to what Shara did to you. Like I know get she's trying to like impress us and all that, but she's just not right for doing that. It was really shady, really ugly, and which I agree. Shar admitted to the camera that she intentionally left Lisa off the flyer because she don't know what she did. Because she don't. And I understand that most of us didn't know what Lisa did. I was going to say Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell, but what Lisa did outside of Real Housewives of Atlanta. But the reality of it is that you was on the show for a season. I'm sure you watched. You know the drama that was going on, and Lisa Wu is a part of the show. So why not just include her? Like, who cares what you personally think? You know that was shady. I don't care what she say. Sean blew up like a missile, just like a friend Countess. It was like, damn. Um, so Golden was just like, you know what, I'm gonna put this whole thing together, and you know that's what it is, and we're gonna redo the workshop. So we get to the whole workshop. It's really really nice, actually. Golden has like this timeline. She has like this paper with all the girls' faces on it, and how she feels they have contributed to the world of acting, who they are, and everything. Um, it was people asking questions and everything, but the most important question of the night was the lady who got up and said, "Elise, do you regret not having children?" And wait, before I get to that, when Golden was explaining the whole thing, she was shady as hell. She was like, you know what, let's, you know, she said nice things about Paula and Lisa, and you know, she was like, she's gonna include Shar because it's the right thing to do, even though Shar didn't include Lisa. And she was like, what she say? She was like, give it up for Elise. You know, talent knows no age. You know, give it up for Shar, who came from nothing, nothing, and made it out of something. Please explain to the people, Shar, how you've been able to, you know, somehow finagle your way through the industry and make it this long. It was so funny, but the girls played it cool and act like they didn't know what was going on or whatever. So anyway, back to what I was gonna say. A lady gets up and she asks, what's her name? Asks Elise, do she regret not having children? And Elise was like, absolutely not. She was like, I'm a very traditional woman, and if I wanted to have kids, I would have did it the right way, meaning the husband first, then kids. The girls took some kind of offense to that, in which I completely understand. It was how she said it. And so yeah. What else happened? The girls have a little fun. It was a singer. He sung to Elise. He, you know, was attracted to her. He was like, I used to, you know, think about her when I was growing up or whatever. You know, like I told you, Elise is the most beautiful 65-year-old woman ever. Like, I ain't never seen a senior citizen so bad. Like she snatched. You know, seriously, regardless of her age, she is a beautiful woman for real. And, so, and she knows it. And you know, hey, whatever. So the girls go on like this Rasta farm trip moment with this guy, and He takes them, through a little creek, and they got to walk through the creek. That creek looked dirty. But they get to this place where they're playing drums and all that, and Golden's feeling it. She's thinking about the gods and turning it and eating it. And they say wine. I thought they say wine. They said wine. They were singing a song, and Paulo thought that they said wind. Like wind your hips also. But Paula suddenly realized they said marijuana. She got real turned up off that. Yay, marijuana! Y'all know Paula. Child, I'm telling you, y'all give Paula her liquor and her marijuana substances, her nicotine substances, and she good. I'm trying to tell you. Um, so we get to let me see if that's the everything I want to talk about. Um, yeah, I think so. That's pretty much it. After they left that whole scene with Golden on top of her man smothering him, that was pretty much it. With I mean Countess. I'm saying Countess. So we get to the final dinner. Elisa will apologize to Shar, which I felt like Shar should apologize to Elisa Wu. But anyway, Elisa tends to take the high road in situations. She was like that on the Housewives too. And she was like, I want to apologize. We came together and everything. We hit a bump and yada yada. So Golden was like, look, before we have this kumbaya moment, I have to say this. Golden starts it off. She was just like, you know what, Elise, I have to stand up for all mothers. And the way that you said that, the whole thing, the traditional way, and you and that. Elise was like, bitch, she asked me the question. Okay? She didn't ask you the question. She asked me the question. So therefore, I'm going to answer it the way that I want to answer it. And to me being Southern and having both of my parents or whatever, and I wasn't able to date until I was like 7 or 18. Like I wasn't able to bring no bar home, none of that. And like for me, it's just the way it is. And Golden was like, "Why you just don't tell the truth that it just didn't work out for you? That's why you don't have kids." Elise obviously got offended by that comment, and she was just like, "Look, this is what happened. I was engaged to a guy, but I was also on a hit TV show. We wore condoms the whole time. I didn't want to get pregnant and lose my job, because then what? And we're bringing a baby into the whole situation." And, and they was just, Golden was just like, well, I just didn't appreciate that comment. At least didn't give a damn. Went back to eating her meal. Um, I feel like it was just the way that it was said. Because Elise was like the traditional way, the right way. But things happen. People get divorced, whatever. You get hot and heavy one night. Things happen. Just shit happens. You know, it was this. Most of the time, it's all about how you say things. And she probably didn't mean to offend anybody the way she said it. But then again, this is Elise, so I don't know. But Golden and Elise, they became the best friends from last season. Like they became the closest two out of all the girls. But I don't know. Their friendship is slowly starting to crack. So we definitely have to see what happens. What else happened, you guys? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Y'all tell me whose side y'all on between the Golden and Elise thing with wanting to with the whole traditional thing, husband then kids, or you agreeing with Golden and her side. All right. With that said, I'm Mr. Chala. There we go. Mr. Chilaki on Google Plus. Follow me at It's King's World on Twitter, at It's King's World on Instagram. Chase King was here on Facebook. All the good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. And that was it. Hollywood Divas. Love the show. Everything. Bye.